Think about it. If you fall asleep to your circumstances, then you will be subject to your circumstances. You will live in a way that implies you are subject to your circumstances. So in this video, I'm going to essentially remind you that you need to remain awake. This video will serve as a reminder to be as awake as possible and as often as possible and not falling asleep to your circumstances. So to get started, let's just understand, let's ask ourselves the question, are you truly awake right now? I know it might sound silly, I know it might sound funny or, just redundant, but just understand it's more important than you think. If you were to seriously ask yourself if you're awake right now, are you truly awake? Are you truly aware of what you're doing right now? And you're watching this video, are you truly aware of what I'm saying? Do you have full conscious, um, are you fully conscious of what you're doing right now? And really reflect on just how aware you are in this moment. That's what this question is for. So it's good to remember, to be aware as much as possible, because just remember that this is a game. Or there are many different frameworks that will contribute to your ability to manifest or to create the life that you want. But in this case, it's very commonly believed that this is a game of sorts, or, some people say it's a simulation. I don't really go in that direction, but I do believe that at the very least, if we're going to be here, if we're going to have these principles exist, then just make it a game. It's not a harmful framework to have. So that's why I'm just addressing it like that. It's good to remember that this is a game of sorts, right? This is a reality is a mirror. It reflects your internal world. It reflects your identity, your beliefs, your self-concept. In congruence with the actions that you take, you will get certain results. So remember that. And you don't want to live as a puppet. So understand that you can fall asleep, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still a game. Even if you fall asleep, the same principles will exist. Certain things will never really change, even if you fall asleep. So just stay awake. You lose nothing in staying awake. So just understand that your awareness about this allows you to treat it as such. So think about it. If you're aware that something is a game, you're not going to overreact. You're not going to place excessive importance, or you're not going to exaggerate what is going on within this game. The course that life takes is actually dependent on your internal world. So it's interesting because even if you didn't want to involve yourself with these principles, or you didn't want to involve yourself with reality creation, it doesn't really matter. You don't have a choice. You're always involved in this somehow. I'm not really sure if there are concrete exceptions to that rule, but at the very least, we know that there are consistencies and that they happen to work. So just understand, you really don't have a choice. You're going to be involved in whatever game this is, or whatever, you know what I mean? And that's okay. That's not a bad thing. I would honestly think to myself, if that's the case, why not just embrace it and just apply it to get the results that I want? Okay, how do I do that? All right, well, the foundational step to that is to be awake. Because if I'm not awake, how can I apply it? And it's not hard to be awake. As I said before, what you need is self-inquiry. And that's just, it's basically inquiring into the self. And by self, I mean the ego, self-perception. By inquiring into that self, you're able to sort of detach yourself from your egoic perception and who you unconsciously assume yourself to be on a daily basis. When you do that, you realize, oh shit, this is a game. This really is a game. I don't even know what I'm doing here. But if I'm here, I might as well make the best of it and consciously live, so I can consciously apply the principles. And it's not hard. You just, it takes some repetition, but you get better with time. So, the point is, every now and then in your life, whenever things are going wrong, or you're experiencing a setback, or you're experiencing an unexpected challenge, check in with yourself and see if you're truly awake, because likely you're not. Whenever you're exaggerating a situation or overreacting, usually you're falling asleep because you're reacting to your emotions and the circumstances that are in front of you. But when you wake up, you remember, oh yeah, this is a game. I might be angry, I might feel anger, but that's fine. I don't have to react to it. It's fine. Just let it be. And then magically, the situation just solves itself, or something happens, and you find a solution, and you can move forward, or you break through a bottleneck that you've been stuck at for a very long time in your business, or maybe in your relationships. So, just to wrap this off, just understand that self-awareness is the cure and the medicine to almost all of your problems. Attachments, mental illnesses, and limiting beliefs, paradigms, things that would essentially keep you stuck in every core area of your life. All of this can be solved with self-inquiry, at least as a foundational rule or a principle. This is what frees you from unconsciously identifying with a certain lifestyle that you probably weren't aware of up until now. And that's why it is the cure, and it's a really good medicine for a lot of things that you might be going through, or not, but it still is effective. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to like this video and perhaps share it with somebody that could actually benefit from this and they can actually apply it meaningfully. So this isn't just another random video that you just see on the internet, right? And also feel free to subscribe if you found this helpful. If you don't, that's fine, but if you did, I would highly encourage you to subscribe and see other videos that are similar to this. So to wrap this off, if you want to work with me one-on-one, where we will dive into your own situation and we will confront your internal beliefs, your paradigms that are keeping you stuck in a problem that you are going through, and you're convinced that it's more of an internal problem than it is an external problem. You've tried all the strategies, you've tried a lot of tactical things, but nothing has seemed to change. That is what we will be addressing. So if you believe it's internal, I do recommend you go in the description to schedule your free problem consultation call with me.